3 weeks later, it was even worse. It was wobbling at low speed. And I was just like, I need to get this checked. And so I go to the Midas. The guy shows me where it's bulging in 2 places. Okay. So.
At the same place you just bought it. Like,
no. Oh. I didn't buy it from Midas. I bought it from random shady place that I'll never go back to. And just on a caveat, bougie black people, you need some shady white friends because you can avoid situations like that if you know somebody who tells you the right place to go. But I digress.
I have one of those, and I talk about it in my act.
Dude, I am experiencing a shortage, and I need some assistance because the way my budget is set up right now, I need some shady people in my life that won't, shank me.
Well, they got replaced when Obama got out of office. But those were your like Eminem white friends, and now they've now been replaced by like Eminem's dad.
He's gonna want some affection, isn't he? Oh, okay. But anyway, so I go to this Midas. I'm gonna replace the tire, right? Because it's clearly damaged and may fail. While I'm out on the highway, nobody wants that. So it was going to cost me $85. I had the $85, but I also had plans for the $85 other than buying a tire. So I was a little, reluctant. I didn't. So the guy, calls me up to the counter and I just kind of sighed and I kind of, slowly approached the counter and he says to me, "Oh, well, I get it. It's not like you're buying something cool like shoes." And then he just grins at me like he has just scored the winning touchdown at the Super Bowl. Now, mind you, I'm standing there in jogging shorts and a t-shirt with my hair pulled back in a ponytail, no makeup on, looking low maintenance as all get out. And he thinks that I would rather buy shoes than save my own life. Okay, guy. And so I look at him and I just am like, really? And he's like, what? You know what? You don't even get an answer at this point. You are clearly not going to understand just how grossly inappropriate what you just said to me is.
I don't think you could use small enough words.
I'm going to say, I don't think he understood it, but second, as a man who has a large sneaker collection, maybe he just thought you were a fan of a Jordan Retro. Maybe that was what happened.
I'm only going to allow it because you're funny.
Don was getting ready to laugh, and I can feel Leslie's eye roll through my iPhone.
I'm only going to allow it because you're funny.
I quit.
So yeah.
That's kind of.
Yeah.
You didn't just go somewhere else.
Here's what I can tell you.
Well, he'd already put it on. Yeah. And here's the thing. I was afraid to.
Men, women, and the undecided are welcome at my show tomorrow night. So come on out, 8 o'clock. Wiley's, Dayton, Ohio, Wiley'sComedy.com. I got to grow because I still got bills to pay with me. Since I ain't making Kevin Hart money, I got stuff I got to get ready to go do.
Thank you for the ray of sunshine this evening, afternoon, day, time, whatever it is, Tabari. It's good talking to you.
Yep.
And Leslie, I'll see you soon. Don, I'll see you soon. And people that are listening to this, prove to Don that he has more than 10 listeners because his ego cannot take it.
Not at all.
All of y'all to come on out tomorrow night. Make this man happy. Let him know that he matters in the world.
Absolutely.
Remember, Don's life matters, people. And a black man said it. So come on out.
Hashtag DLM.
It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah,
Don lives matter.
Thanks, Tabari. You're a hell of a man.
Well, I try. At least that's what I hope that women will say. I mean it in a positive sense.
Gotta love him. Gotta love him.
All right, y'all have a good one and take care, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Thanks,
all right,
Tabari.
have a good show. Thanks.
You too. Later.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
Oh, well, I think we're going to play a song, take a little break. I got to run down the hall. Actually, that's sometimes.
We'll get back before the song's over because I don't know how to run this stuff.
Oh, I was going to have you take over. I wasn't going to be back for about 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. Which buttons do I push? Oh, not the race and sexism ones?
It doesn't matter. Just push a couple things.
Not the race and sexism ones? Okay.
No, don't push those buttons. Not till I get back anyway, because I want to be here for those. All right. Here's a little more Potter's Field. We'll be back here shortly. Here's what's happening this week in Dayton Comedy. Tuesday, September 12th, open mic at Dr. Doodle's Lounge at 1510 Miamisburg Centerville Road. That show starts at 9 p.m. Wednesday, September 13th, a night with Dave Hill and Happy Chichester at the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District. Thursday through Sunday, September 14th through the 17th, Tammy Pescatelli is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Friday, September 15th, the Cry for Help comedy show is at the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 9:30. Friday and Saturday, September 15th and 16th, John Mulrooney is at the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District. Sunday, September 17th, Wiley's Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club. That show starts at 8 p.m. That is it. As always, check out Wiley'sComedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. Also, be sure to check out the Unwritten Podcast from Dayton Writers Movement, available at UnwrittenPodcast.com. Season 2 has officially started.
About 3 hours ago, our nation came under wide attack by unknown foreign power.
Coming this summer, when biological warfare threatens extinction, the world needs a hero.
Inside this bag is the cure for the zombie virus. Ta-da! I'm going to save the world. How about you?
William Lee is Zachariah Stone in Cinema Lexicon's 6 Feet Below Hell.
Your kind is doomed, human.
That is one ugly mother. It wasn't so bad. Really?
Starring William Lee, William Regglesworth, Banza Townsend, and Aaron Perez. 6 Feet Below Hell. Available in Redbox this summer.
If you see someone that you know is dead and then come back to life, run!
All right, we're back on the life. Tabari McCoy has gotten off the phone, and it's
Sad face.
Sad face. It's just me and Leslie Battle.
It's an
Happy
intimate
face.
little gathering.
So, yes, it's just the two of us.
So we got a couple minutes for me to read my thing. It'll
Sure,
take like a minute and a half.
Read your thing. Is there a setup required? Or?
Well, Don and I are Facebook friends, and so he noticed that I've been in my feelings about some things that we'll talk about a little bit later. But not a lot of people know that I also write poetry. Sometimes it leans a little erotic. This one is not particularly.
Oh.
Remember, the thing is broken, so we can't be editing stuff out. Right. And I mean, honestly, I just do a lot of illusion, not illusion, but illusion. Yeah. Anyway, because that's just where my life is right now. I don't get the real thing. So, but I don't know. I just really feel compelled to share this right now, and we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. I feel powerless. I am strong and imposing and foreboding and a force of nature. Men tremble as I walk by and hold their tongues. They look on in admiration, lust, envy. They just know that he belongs to me and we are a we, but the truth is I am alone. I awaken each morning to the certain chill afforded by a bed bereft of a partner. I fight sleep each night, trying to avoid the emptiness that surrounds me. I don't want to die alone. Yet every night when the energy leaves and my eyelids are unable to avoid each other, I hear myself screaming, please no, not again. I don't want this. And I blink. When I return to consciousness, the evidence of my sleeping struggle, my hands and arms grasping for a phantom physique, I sigh and rouse myself and rise and get on with my day. The facade, the pretending, the smiling when I want to cry. I want to be strong. I want to not care. I want to tell myself to just get over it. And yet, each day, the regret, the angst, the melancholy, they deepen and strengthen like an army of adversaries waiting their chance to devour. And part of me just wants to lay down and let them. Maybe I'd be better if I'd let them take over, let them defend the walls I've built, the levees I've reinforced, to keep out the very people I think I want more than anything. Give in, let bitterness reign, join in the celebration of all that is wrong, obscuring anything that is right. But somehow I do continue on, taking life one step at a time, ignoring my fatigue, reveling in the victories of others, even as it deepens my own pain, and praying for the time when my peace is made one way or another so I no longer feel powerless. So yeah, that's the Leslie y'all don't see on stage.
Yeah, that's Leslie I haven't seen before. So
yeah, and the thing is,
and this is a live show that nobody's heard before.
Right,
because usually we don't get deep here.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not sorry.
Change
I'm not
is good
sorry
now,
because I think that especially in the times that we're living in now, and I don't know where this is coming from, and I'm not sure why I felt compelled to share that. But right now, we're seeing a lot of anger. We're seeing a lot of hatred. We're seeing a lot of people not really knowing each other. And I think that maybe if we could be a little more honest with each other, which in some cases, some of the honesty that we have seen has actually been helpful because there have been people hiding in the shadows, hiding their true feelings, and some of that stuff needs to come out so it can get addressed. But also, I think that there just needs to be a little more realism that I believe that most, if not all, people kind of have this dichotomy of personality. There's, the very public self that, has to, because of the ways of the world, be strong and be invulnerable and try to, be someone who can't be taken advantage of. And then there's this other part of them that just, wants a friggin' break, just, wants to, dig the bubble bath or whatever it is that you can relax. And because we don't see the vulnerability in each other, we're afraid to show our own. So, that's that. Yeah. So back to jokes.
Back to comedy. No, that was a very nice poem. And
Thank you. It would have been really awkward if you were just like, well, Leslie, you really need to stick to comedy because that was awful.
What was?
But that's the thing, though, is one of the things that I kind of struggle with, and part of the reasons that I've been exploring my own emotions a little bit more lately and actually being willing to share them, is that I do kind of find myself in a situation as a single woman, like the whole thing with the group that, I tried to correct, is like, I get that there are people that respect me, but I also get that there are people who would victimize me given the chance. And as a person who travels alone a lot, I can't jeopardize my own safety for what somebody calls a joke. Because if you're willing to joke about it, then there's a distinct possibility that you're willing to look the other way or even perpetrate it. And I know a lot of people think that that's a huge leap, but it's really kind of not. And at the end of the day, so let's get into Jebediah.
Okay. If you want,
that was the nickname we unceremoniously gave my now ex-boyfriend the last time I was on. So long story short, when our relationship ended, it just kind of basically boiled down to me telling him, you know what, you're not getting it and it's not going to work. And I need you to leave me alone now because it's not going to work. And so this guy drove an hour and a half to come to one of my shows to talk to me after 2 weeks of me telling him I wasn't going to talk to him anymore. Now, had he been violent with me before? No. Was there probability that he was going to be violent? I don't know. Was there also a potential that somebody would find Leslie in a ditch and not know what the heck happened to her? Yeah, not going to do that. So at the end of the day, we live in a world where people need to have some vigilance. But now this kind of goes back to the thing that happened yesterday. So vigilance is one thing. All right. But what we also see is this idea of people can prevent assaults that happen to them. And so I saw this post.
The victim blaming.
Right. And so I saw this post yesterday, and this person basically was exclaiming, it's so wrong that parents now can't tell their daughters and specified daughters, to be careful without being, called judgy. And so I responded to the post. Well, if you look at the statistics, only about 25% of assaults are perpetrated by strangers. Right. The rest are acquaintances, people in positions of power. And so basically I ended up getting told that I needed to see a therapist for my anger issues after I posted statistics that, maybe we shouldn't be blaming victims for making poor choices. We should be putting the responsibility on the assailants who perpetrate the crimes.
But that's an anger issue.
I have anger issues.
Did you post it in all caps? Is that what the...
there were words. I do capitalize words for emphasis. Yeah, but evidently I'm just a bitter, angry woman who doesn't understand that sexual assault survivors should take responsibility for their part in the assault.
I need to stop having such angry guests on this show.
I know.